Welcome back to a very special flash episode of Pause Menu Society. This is not a true full episode. This is not only available on Spotify, Apple, YouTube. This is also available on our Instagram account. So if you're watching this on Instagram, go ahead and go off in the comments and sound off and give me your thoughts. But also, if you're watching this on Spotify, you can comment there. And if you're watching on YouTube, please comment there as well. So, we dropped our weekly episode earlier than normal. We dropped it on Saturday morning because Sterling and I had a conversation about the situation going on with Rockstar Games and Grand Theft Auto 6. Now, um, I feel very, very mixed about this situation, and I'm gonna tell you why. Um, the main reason is the reason that I feel some sort of I wouldn't say pain, that's not the right word to use. I feel a certain way about this game being leaked because Rockstar is a subsidiary of Take-Two. Take-Two also, as a subsidiary, has Gearbox, which makes the Borderlands series. Uh, Take-Two has 2K Sports, which obviously makes NBA 2K, and which is putting out a college basketball game in 27, if I'm not mistaken. Uh, 2K also has Hangar 13 as a subsidiary, and they make the Mafia series. So while Take-Two as an entity is a corporation, it has a corporate value. There's a valuation. It's traded. I believe it's traded. I don't know what a share of stock in Take-Two would cost. I've never looked it up, but we tend to, in the United States of America, look at corporations from a standpoint as it's just a bunch of greed. They don't really care about the common man and or woman. He, him, she, her, they, them. Whatever. However, at all of those smaller entities, your Rockstar, which Rockstar has a ton of studios around the globe. That's why, if I've said this on my personal podcast and other places, if you finish Red Dead Redemption 2 and let the credits play out, it's like maybe 25 to 30 minutes because everybody at every Rockstar studio around the world worked on that game and they are credited. Um, if you're looking for the credits on a 2K game or whatever have you, whatever would have you, the fact of the matter is there are people that work on these games that they put their blood, their sweat, and their tears into it. And there's this the NHL Network did this thing called Names on the Cup. It's a documentary about the Stanley Cup and teams that have won it. And I can't remember who it was. And they said the first thing you do after they're done engraving your team's name on there is you look for your name, or your family members will come and look for your name. And it's not specifically your first name. Like if my name was on there, my family's not going to look for Derek Jackson. They might, but at the end of the day, Jackson is the name. It is not just my name, it is my family's name. So when such and such, let's say Gary Thornton, I just made that name up. If Gary Thornton worked on Grand Theft Auto 6 and his family is watching the credits after the game ends, they're looking for that name because no longer it's not just his name, that's their name. We all represent our family, our last name, our surname. If you were in England or Great Britain or something like that, that name represents all of us, right? So for all these people who work on this game, not only are they working on the game, their family isn't working on the game technically, but they've given up time with that loved one who is working on this game. And think about how long it takes for Rockstar to develop games. So I'm going to give you the timeline really quickly of the last few Rockstar releases. Red Dead Redemption. I'm currently playing the original Red Dead Redemption on my Patreon, and it's actually going to release next year. So if you're interested, you should subscribe patreon.com/Derek Lamont Experience. If you go to my page, the Patreon link is there along other links. That came out in 2010. And then all focus shifted to Grand Theft Auto 5, which came out in 2013. And then when they finished that, all focus shifted to Red Dead Redemption 2, which came out in 2018. So 2010, 2013, 2018. The next release from Rockstar Games will be Grand Theft Auto 6, and that's November of this year. Let me be very clear. Rockstar has no intention to push the release date forward. It's not changing from November 19th. The game will still be out on November 19th. The reason they didn't want to print a disc, Are we transitioning to a fully digital world? I would like to say that we pretty much are there. There are not even a handful. There's quite a few states in the United States where you have a digital driver's license. You don't have to keep the hard copy on you. If you have an iPhone, you have your Apple Wallet. I have my debit card stored in there. I have my vaccination results from when I got my COVID vaccination. I can tell you what's in my Apple Wallet, actually. Plane tickets, debit cards, Nike membership cards, Starbucks cards. Yeah, this is all stored in my Apple Wallet. And as soon as Missouri goes to digital driver's license, yeah, I'm going to actually put it in there as well. Everybody's like, well, we don't want to go digital. We want our discs. And I would believe you guys if not for the fact that quite some time ago, you stopped buying DVDs, you stopped buying Blu-rays. And you were like, I was talking to a coworker and she's like, you actually buy movies, you actually buy music. And I'm like, yeah. And like, why? And I was like, because I'm a creator. I'm a film producer. So why would I go out and encourage people, hey, you should buy my movie and not spend money on other creators? That just doesn't make sense. I still buy albums. I could go through my iTunes store and show you recent albums that I bought within the last year. The minute we decided it was better to stream things on Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, YouTube, et cetera, we gave up on film, right? On purchasing film. The minute that they told us, hey, you can listen to a whole album right here on your phone, well, we gave up on buying physical releases. And that's not true of me because I still buy physical media as well. But we gave up. So when it was announced that PlayStation was going to stop printing discs, oh, it's the end of the fucking world. And I just think that a lot of you are very disingenuous. It's not the end of the world. You are paying for a license anyway. There's been more digital sales on the PlayStation Store than people going into a Target, Walmart, Best Buy, or ordering a PlayStation game from Amazon. The last physical game I bought for PlayStation, Final Fantasy VII Remake, The Last of Us Part 2, Ghost of Tsushima, and if you want to know, those all came out in 2020. So I'm part of the problem as well. That's why I can't sit here and say, well, fuck Sony for doing this, blah, 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 blah. Who am I? Who am I? Right? Who are any of us? Let's just be honest. We all signed up for this and we agreed to this. So when Rockstar says Grand Theft Auto 6 will not be on disc, now there still will be a plastic case in stores that you can buy, but when you open it up, there's just going to be a download code. So selling an actual piece of plastic as if there's a game in there, that's crazy. I'm not going to lie. But Nintendo's doing it every day. Switch 2 games, if they're first-party games, which are Mario, Zelda games that are actually made by Nintendo, you'll actually find the cartridge in there. If it's a third-party game, something made by Square Enix or EA or 2K, when you open it up, there is a cartridge in there, but there's no actual game on there. It's a key card, and it's just a license to download the game from the Nintendo eShop. That's all you're getting. So this brings me here to the Grand Theft Auto 6 leaker. You had this whole manifesto about how Rockstar is selling non-tangible pre-orders for the game when there's not going to be a physical disc. And they're like, there should be no pre-ordering of a digital product because there's no infinite stock of it. A digital product sits on a server and we click buy and then we download it from the server. We don't have to jump on a digital queue to buy a physical copy of Grand Theft Auto 6 or go to Walmart or Target. And again, you can, but there's not going to be a disc in there. There's just going to be a download code. Again, I want you guys to know that. But their point was the game is going to be digital. There won't be a physical copy. So you selling pre-orders of something that's not going to sell out is disingenuous. To that I say, they're not wrong. They're not wrong. So this whole manifesto was about Rockstar needs to apologize and print discs. And if they don't, then I will continue to leak the game. And then they threaten PlayStation. They're like, hey, Sony, guess what? You got some big games coming up. Wolverine is next month. God of War Lefay is February 27. There's some big games coming up. So maybe I should attack you next. So I'm like, this person wants to be a freedom fighter for video games. And to be completely honest with you, I'm not against it. But at the same time, if we could ever meet this person or this group, I would ask them, do you still buy physical movies? Do you still buy physical music? And if so, If this is your end game, then perfectly fine. However, if you can't produce a DVD, a Blu-ray, a 4K Blu-ray, a CD, a vinyl, a tape, a cassette tape for me, then I'm going to look at you funny, because that's the type of person I am. You need to walk it like you fucking talk it. That's just how I am, especially when it comes to things like art. Video games are art, film is art, music is art. Art is tangible. Art is tangible. Now, so I wasn't totally with them. I was somewhat on board. But again, at the end of the day, there are people who have been working on this game since at least 2018. Now, we know there is a small team. The way that Rockstar works, they will have 2 games sort of in production. And Naughty Dog kind of works the same way. But Jim Ryan and Herman Holtz fucked up this generation of the PlayStation. I'm going to be completely honest with you. Jim Ryan's gone. Herman Holtz needs to be fired. And I'm not coming back. I'm not walking that take back. So don't even ask me. He needs to be fucking fired. He has destroyed the PlayStation 5 generation. That being said, fuck, I kind of lost my train of thought where I was going. This person keeps leaking the game. So again, I'm like, I get it. You're being a freedom fighter, but at the same time, this is bullshit. And I noticed something with every single leak. This person has been promoting their crypto coin. This is not about the game. It's not about physical media. There are people who all around the world have worked on this game. And we know they went into full tilt in 2018 after Red Dead Redemption 2 went gold. It was all hands on deck on Grand Theft Auto 6, right? So this person tweeted yesterday, well, they didn't tweet because they don't have an official Twitter account, apparently. Anyway, Rockstar Games, you're so bad at this. You've got a 0.1% chance of ever finding me. And here's the funniest part. If you somehow do get your hands on me, the GTA 6 build goes free to the entire planet. Good luck, Rockstar. Tic Tac, which should be TikTok because they have a clock emoji there. Then CyberLeak says, I have a playable build of GTA 6, which we've known about since, I think, Wednesday or Thursday when they went and shot up the wall and spelled out the name leak in the wall. And it's like, these aren't just clips that they've stolen from a hard drive or got the back end of a server. They actually have a playable build of the game if they're doing this. I have playable build of GTA 6, and I've uploaded copies to servers around the world. To prevent the game from being released to the public, I have to log into the system every day and manually stop it. If something happens to me or I stop doing this, the game, I'm sorry, I was reading this from a friend. We both saw it at the same time. The game will automatically become available for download worldwide within a short time. They're threatening to release the game. And again, at the same time, at first, I looked at them like a freedom fighter, but now every time I see that you're pushing your bullshit crypto and you want the value of your crypto to go up and double, like the percentage is like godly. I think that like you'd have to have like 1.4 million people would have to have subscribed to your crypto or invested in it from yesterday till today. That's asking a lot. But at the same time, you had this whole manifesto and you acted like this was like your right to protect all consumers. And that's not what this is at all. It's not even, this isn't exactly what it is. No, that's not what this is. You're a fucking grifter. You're a grifter. This is bullshit. I'm not saying they're going to find you, but if they do, there was the kid that leaked Grand Theft Auto 6 in 2022 because the worldwide reveal wasn't until the first week of December 2023 because it got leaked a day early. The trailer was supposed to be that Tuesday. It got leaked on Monday evening, and Rockstar was like, fuck it, put it out. So the kid leaked it in 2022, and then he leaked it again. I think they said that he was mentally unfit to like go to prison or something like that. And he was kind of a kid, so they gave him a bit of a slap on the wrist. And then him thinking that he was like this almighty, omnipotent person, and it's like, well, they couldn't do anything to me last time, so they're not gonna do anything this fucking time. This shithead went and leaked it again, and they were like, okay, we let you off easy the first time. This time it's fuck you. And that person went to prison. There's actually 2 people who were involved. One of them went to prison, I know for sure. So I'm telling you, if they get their hands on you, if they sent you to the gulag, that would be them letting you off easily. Whatever you're doing, you need to stop. And if nothing else, stop this crusade about how this is about digital rights and owning something, because let's face it, we don't own. If you ever, like adding a music to your Apple Music library or your Tidal library or your Spotify library, and you look up one day and certain songs are missing, they took them back because there was a sample more than likely that didn't get cleared or something like that. But the fact of the matter is, we don't own this stuff, you guys. We just don't. We have a license. Even when we pay, we're paying for a license to use this product. What was so bad about CDs? What was so bad about DVDs? What was so bad about discs? You guys thought that this was better to have on your person with a pair of headphones where you have access to all this stuff as long as you had a good enough cell phone signal or Wi-Fi. Sorry, they lied to us. Well, they lied to you guys. They didn't lie to me. I saw this digital future coming probably as early as 2009. And I was warning people. They're like, they're never going to get rid of CDs. You're out of your mind. And then lo and behold, here we are. I'm right 95% of the time, and I wish you guys would figure that out, but whatever. But just stop this crusade about how you're doing this for the common man, and no tangible good should be sold as a digital product for pre-order and blah blah blah. Oh, shut the fuck up! You don't really care. You don't care. You wanted to get your bullshit crypto off, and now you let the world know. So to me, you're a fucking grifter. You're a grifter. So congratulations on your grift, but when they catch you, it ain't gonna be pretty. I promise you that. Anyway. As always, my name is Derek Daniel Ocean. I'm just one member of Pause Menu Society. This is a special Flash episode. Be looking out for these to pop up every, whenever the fuck. It may not be me. It might be Sterling. It might be Ames. It might be Kobe. It might be Jasmine. It might be Diamond. It could be any one of us. But just know that I am always watching you guys, and I'm watching this grifter motherfucker. Anyway, that's going to do it for yours truly. You guys have a good one. Peace out.